Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Punkavai here for MMOBomb.com, and welcome to the World of Tanks 8.0 update sneak peek. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with World of Tanks, it is a 3D MMO, tank-based MMO rather, where players and teams of tanks are pit against each other in kind of a Counter-Strike style match, where you get one life, and as soon as that life is up, you are dead for the end of the match. Now, this game has been extremely popular. It's been out for a few years, and most recently they announced the newest 8.0 update, which changed a lot of the graphical settings in the game, added physics to the game for the first time, as well as introduced new tanks and features. So we thought we'd jump into the test server to kind of show you guys some of those new features before the actual new release came out, because there are so many World of Tanks players out there that this is going to affect quite a lot of you in how the tanks handle, as well as just how you guys are going to go about day-to-day playing the game. So the first things first, one of the more notable changes is the exterior options. There are now new cosmetic options for your exterior, notably the ability to add emblems and inscriptions. So you can change the emblems and inscriptions on the outside. You can have raptors on the side of your tanks. I didn't say it had to be, actually historically specific or accurate, but you could have raptors, and I think I saw earlier, man, bear, pig. So one side we have a raptor, the other side man, bear, pig. And then you can have inscriptions as well to put on the back of your tanks. They're different areas. So you have different inscriptions, etc. Now, as far as purchasing these, you can purchase them temporarily with in-game currency, 7 to 30-day options. And then you can purchase them permanently with out-of-game currency, aka real money. So that's pretty standard and acceptable. That's something that we see in a lot of free-to-play games, is the ability to purchase cosmetic items for real money. I don't have a problem with it being temporary when it is using in-game currency. I only really have a problem with something being temporary in-game when it's a weapon that you have to purchase with in-game currency, because then you're renting the weapon. But when it's cosmetic stuff, it can be rented. I don't care. Besides that, the research tree has actually been revamped and changed. It's no longer a top-down view. It is now a left-to-right view. You have the different nations on the sides, and you can choose those nations to see exactly what tanks are available as far as what tanks lead to what other tanks. And you kind of get a better view overall. You can kind of scroll left to right. When you click on a tank itself, you'll see the upgrades. You'll see what tree leads to what. And then if you hover over each item, this is something I believe wasn't available in the last game. You'll give you more information. So previously, you kind of give you basic information when you hovered. Now it gives you a lot more about the rate of fire. Those statistics that people will really want to know when they're kind of upgrading their tanks. You can still get the normal view just by right-clicking in characteristics, but it gives you a better flow overall of that. Besides this, there's also updated post-stat screens, so we'll be able to see more. But I know what you guys really want to see is the in-game settings, what it looks like in-game. So let's go ahead and jump in the game here, hopefully find ourselves a match, and to show off the fidelity, how the graphics look. I played a few matches since they put this patch out in the server, on the test server, and one of the most notable things has to be probably the lighting in the game. So once you get in the game, you'll see that the lighting has changed quite significantly. There's better lighting. Your tanks handle completely different on some of the types of terrain. And you can now ram tanks. Ramming does damage, of course. When you ram a tank, it'll move the tank up and move it over. Tanks can now slide down hills. Their tracks will interact and kind of change their position depending on that, like a real tank would, etc. So hopefully we'll be able to jump in a game here and get a game started soon. Now, I am currently a light tank. Let's go ahead and change that to one of the newer tank destroyers. So let's go ahead here, go to tank destroyers, and as you can see, we now can choose from our tank destroyer class lineup. Some of the tanks that are available that are new would be the SU-100M1, as well as, I'll show you over here, the Object 263, which is another one of the newer tanks. I think this is the top tier tank that was just introduced, one of the more top tier tanks. But let's go with the SU-100M1, hit battle here, and hopefully jump into a game soon. So there's only a few people online right now testing out the new game, and we don't really know when this planned 8.0 update is supposed to be released. But hopefully soon. There was a 7.0 update not too long ago, and from the looks of it right now, they're just trying to make sure everybody's having a good experience as far as the graphical settings being optimized, as well as the new tanks, etc. like that. Everything seems to be fine for myself when I was playing it, but better be safe than sorry. So hopefully we'll be able to jump in a game here soon and kind of show that off. But until then, let's go ahead and just cut the video right here, and we'll get right into the game as soon as it starts. Alrighty guys, so we are back in the game. Now the first thing you're probably going to note is just how crisp some of the lighting looks. The lighting bouncing and refracting off the tanks looks very well done. The overall terrain and like the looks of the tanks looks more realistic. The lighting, I have to say, previously was a little bit more flat. there wasn't really a lot of dynamic or dimension to the lighting, so you should be able to see that better off the bat. Now, for those of you who have lesser computers that aren't able or capable of playing World of Tanks at the max setting, don't fret. You can still go back to the old settings. In the options, you have the new settings as well as standard settings. So they haven't really changed or removed the ability to you know, make your game look how it was before. They simply added these new ones on top of that. So it looks like there isn't going to be any more changes to the test server if you read in the chat right there. So what you see in the game is how the game will actually be upon release. They're probably just working out bugs. So we come over here, and as we see some of these lighter tanks in front of us move, you notice that their tracks will move up and ground. In fact, if I come over this hill here, you'll notice that my tracks will actually adapt and kind of change a little bit. And I can't actually make it up this hill because my tank is not capable of doing that. So it's a little bit harder, but let's see if we can come over here. You'll notice that my tracks kind of all change around, and that may be something that people are like, oh, you know, your tracks move. It's got physics in the game. What game doesn't have physics nowadays? But for World of Tanks players, this is a pretty big deal, you know, to actually have a lot more true life experience with their tanks, where their tanks actually behave more like tanks instead of static blocks. So you'll notice as we move here, and as you see other tanks move, the tracks move around, you know, breaking down these trees, etc. There's also been updates to like the camouflage system, so you're able to be much better concealed. And I saw a video of someone actually testing it out, and with the tank destroyer, you couldn't be seen up to like 70 meters away. So it does give you quite a lot more options for camouflage. So let's see if I can get this guy here. Boom, 78%. What are you gonna do? He doesn't even know what's going on. Ayo, whoa. Let's come back there a little bit and act like that didn't just happen here. So I'm getting shot here from someone. I'm getting shot from another tank destroyer, it looks like. Let's see if I can try to move off here. Try to move down here. You see my little tank treads moving out. Now, if we actually get speed and ramp off of this too fast, I'll take track damage, which I just did, as you can see right there. I have to use a little repair there. So you actually will take damage like that. It does actually incur that damage to him, unfortunately. So those are things that you actually now... Let's see if I can get that guy. You do have to take those things into account now when you move over hills, especially if you're in a light tank. Ah, there we go. Nice little hit there. Now, after the game's over, we'll be able to see some of our battle stats, some of our more statistics. And I'm down like 1% HP. I don't even know how I'm still alive. But you will actually have those things at your disposal, so you can kind of break down exactly what damage you did, where you did that damage, and if you contributed to other people getting kills. Well, I'm hoping that that guy will peek out so I can get a shot on him. Let's see if I can move back just a bit here. I know he's kind of... Oh, I know I'm seen. So that marker there allows you to know or indicate that, hey, somebody knows exactly where you are. So this other guy is going to probably come over here. Let's see if I can get a shot off. No! I was killed at the last second. I was hoping that the other guy couldn't get me at that very second. Being in a tank destroyer, you're not able to move your turret around, so you have to face your enemies, meaning that you're always going to be in the line of fire. But as we can see here, we can see these guys move around here. You see the tank treads, you know, deform and conform to the areas much easier. But graphically, the game does look a lot better now. It looks a lot more realistic, and just overall, it gets a more sense of realism and feeling to the game. A good view of the water changes here. If he was actually able to drive in the water a little bit, you'd see the water splashing. But of course, when you drive in the water too much, your tank will drown, and your teammates essentially die. So we can see these different tanks moving up here, and let's see who's actually going to win here. The team's pretty even. I think we have one more death than the enemy team. So I like the fact that you can now see damage above their heads. That's something that last time I played World of Tanks wasn't available, so it is nice to see that additional effect just in general. And they're kind of using this other tank as a blockade, kind of moving it out, as you can see, using the physics to actually move that out so they can use it as kind of a blocking. You can't actually shoot your opponent. There's 2 tanks here versus 3 tanks, and it doesn't look very good for our teammates here. However, we got a teammate here moving from the side. Where is he at? Where are you, teammate? There you are. But he got taken out, unfortunately, at the last second here. Alright, so let's get back to Garage here. We're going to leave this battle. We'll jump into another battle. He'll just get another battle hopefully going on. You'll be able to see some of the options as well. Let's move away from a heavy tank, though. Let's go to something that can rotate the head a little bit. We'll go to the Matilda here. Matilda is a very proven tank here. And if we look at the research from the Matilda tank as well, let's see. Let's go to Matilda. How do we go to Matilda? Here's a Matilda tank. You can see the different options as well just by clicking on that. This is a premium tank, so let's go ahead and jump in here and try out a game. So hopefully we'll be able to get another match going here. You'll be able to see a little bit more of the environment, just kind of get a better feel of what changes are available and in store for players of World of Tanks. I have to say that I'm really surprised, and I have to give it to wargaming.net for going in the game and adding in additional cosmetic, or not cosmetic, adding additional graphical settings, because a lot of times once a game's released, that is something like the furthest from people's memories. We see games go, you know, we saw World of Warcraft not receive any type of graphical updates for 5-6 years, you know. So it's nice to see that this is something that the gamers, they really want this game to last a long time. And I suspect in the future we'll see even another upgrade, because they may move to a newer engine, or they may move to a more upgraded engine. And I like the fact that their engines actually are available to expand upon and keep adding components to make them more viable with newer computers. That's the beauty of PC gaming, in that you can completely take an engine and keep adding to it, making it better and better for better experiences for players, and the player doesn't have to go out and buy a new console, or isn't restricted by a console. So alright, let's wait for this another battle to start, and then I'll see you guys for that one. Alrighty guys, we're back in the game here. 24 seconds till it starts. I'm in my little Matilda tank here. I wonder if she got magical powers. I'm going to say magical because, you know, Matilda being... You guys may be too young to watch, but if you remember Matilda, the movie, that's what this tank reminds me of, because his name is Matilda. So hopefully we'll do all right here. I'm in a medium tank, of course, 610 health here. Going up against some T14s M4. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm reading these tanks, because I don't know what these tanks are capable of. I just have the general idea of what types of tanks these are. So as you can see here, a lot better graphical settings. The lighting really, to me, has to be one of the most outstanding features of the new update. The ability to see a lot more vibrancy in the world and the light as it cascades down onto these buildings and casts these beautiful shadows. So I do have to say that's probably one of the best features, or one of the best updated features, I should say. After this match though, we'll go ahead and show you some of the more breakdowns of the post-screen battle stats. One thing that people really wanted in the newest updates for World of Tanks is to be able to see more information concerning your tank and concerning how well you did in a match afterwards. So that's what wargaming.net's really provided. So we'll show all that off here in just a little bit after this match. I hope I can get a kill or something going on here. Didn't do too well last match, but I hope to do a little better this match here. It looks like they're all funneling down the middle here. We're kind of coming to the right hand side, and I do see that there's someone kind of coming in the middle there. We've already got our first kill, which is nicely done. Let's hopefully can come up here behind and get some more kills. I'm going to try to cross them across. I know there is one guy behind me, and I also know there's a guy to the front of me to the right. And this guy, he can't actually get to where I am, and I don't think I've been spotted either. So let's see if I can just keep sneakily coming around, and then see if I can get these guys to the side. That guy is a little low. He's out of line. You're out of line, bro. You're gonna get judged. All right, let's do this. Oh, come on! How did I miss that guy? Come on. There we go. Finally got that guy. I gotta kill him, guys. I am happy. One kill, just one kill, but hey, I'm cool about just getting a kill, you know. Just when I haven't played wargaming, or when I haven't played World of Tanks in so long, just the very fact that I've got a kill makes me very happy, guys. Makes me feel good. All right, let's come around here. Hopefully, get another kill. I'm down to less than half HP, but I'm doing good with my damage. I like the fact that with medium tanks you can completely rotate your turret, so you can kind of move forward but still shoot people from the sides. So let's see. Oh, they got their first kill against our teammate. Seventzar goes down, and Leopard 2 gets the kill. I think Leopard actually got taken. Oh, Leopard's still alive. All right, Leopard. Let's hunt you in the jungle. All right, so they're trying to capture our base, or it looks like we're trying to capture their base. Leopard though is in a bad spot. Hey, Leopard, I totally missed you, but I'm gonna come for you, Leopard. I'm coming for you, Leopard. So as you notice here, our teammate's now in trouble. You can actually ram the enemy, so maybe I will be able to ram him. I got a hit off from the enemy. Let's see if I can get another hit. I did get penetration. Ah, it loaded off. All right, so we did actually take him out. So there's one guy left now. 22 sands. My other hit actually bounced off. So your bullets can bounce off in this game, guys, if you guys weren't aware. But most notably, the feature of ramming. There's actually things you can purchase to increase your ramming, I believe, when I looked at it. But the ramming would be good for pushing people off of ledges, pushing them off of bridges. Just kind of, you know, getting that edge up on individuals. All right, so this guy's low. Come on. I think I got a hit. Come on, one more. There we go. I got a hit off of him. Can I not get killed? Come on. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use my fallen teammate to my advantage. He can't shoot me when I'm like this. You can't do anything, bro. I'm coming up behind you. You're getting shot. You're gonna get killed. Come on. Oh, there we go. 8%. 8%, guys. Can I take him out? Can I take him out? No, yeah. I think we took it out. Oh, I didn't get the kill. Damn it. We took each other out. Right track was damaged when I shot him, and then I was destroyed. So I damaged his right track, though, guys. And here's the post screen I was talking about before. It gives you a little bit more information. So here's the tank that I killed. I got 2 shots on him, dealing a total of 63 damage. I got 3 shots on this other guy, dealing a total of 222 damage, as well as 2 critical damage hits. And I was also spotted. So it gives you a lot more breakdown of just general information. Every tank that you had an engagement with, or any tank that you actually spotted, and if it actually was capitalized on your team. So it gives you a lot of breakdown, which I really enjoy that aspect. Then you see everybody else's team score as well, which is good. And then you get a full detailed report of how many shots you fired, how many were direct hits. I had a total of 9 direct hits and 7 penetration. So I did pretty well overall. I'm a little bummed that I got taken out, but hey, it's for the team. It did well. As well as the complete stat breakdown of how much currency you actually generated as well, or how much you used to spend repairing your vehicle. So a lot more personal stats actually available for you guys in game. And that's something that players I know were really looking forward to. So overall, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little first impression slash early sneak peek of the new 8.0 update. If you guys want to learn more about the World of Tanks 8.0 update, you guys can check down below at MMOBomb.com. We have some more information about it there. You guys can also ask questions in the description below. I'll try to help you guys out with some answers as far as what I experienced in this. And overall, guys, I'll see you guys for the next video. This has been Spunkify. Spunkify out.